Science and technology in China have developed rapidly during the 1980s to 2010s, and major scientific and technological developments have been made since the 1980s. From the 1980s to 1990s, the Chinese government constantly launched the 863 plan and the strategy for renovating the country through science and education, which greatly encouraged the development and progress of China's science and technology. The Chinese government has planted attention through funding, reforms, and social status on science and technology as a basic part of the socio-economic development of the country as well as for national prestige. China has made quick advances in areas such as education, infrastructure, high-tech manufacturing, academic publishing, patents, and commercial applications, and is now in some areas and by some measures world leader. Here are the main areas China is leading the world, including the US. Payment systems. Whereas America led the global revolution in payments half a century ago with magnetic stripped credit and debit cards, China is leading the new revolution in digital platforms, moving to a system based on smartphones and QR codes, in which conventional banks play less role. WeChat Pay and Alipay, based on social media and digital commerce platforms respectively, are China's main digital payment systems. The big and influential reach of these platforms, combining information on social connectivity and financial flows between and among individuals and firms, opens up a new reach of possibilities and also major troubles regarding privacy. Digital payments are unlikely to flourish in the United States and other countries where the payment system is limited to providing major rewards to rich consumers through tax-free rebates on expensive credit cards, but may be more practical in other countries with less developed banking systems. Countries that receive large numbers of Chinese tourists face demand to offer Chinese digital payment options, and that the overall end result seems clear. Chinese payment systems will growingly be merged into global payments, security, and surveillance technology platforms. There is also growing promotion of China's public security and surveillance technology platforms around the world. Hawaii showed off in its 2018 annual report that its safe city projects are in 700 cities across more than 100 countries and regions. However, there is relatively little connection between such platform adoption and the levels of democracy or freedom in adopting countries, and that both push and pull factors appear to be driving the adoption of this technology. Major questions remain about the indication and advantages that China could gain from its activities in this sector. US policymakers will need a nice approach to the bargains that leaders in adopting countries resist. US policymakers must address Chinese technology companies' often soft initiatives to reshape the global regulatory environment. It is suggested that the United States immediately present a set of standards that are aligned with US values: respect for human rights, civil freedom, privacy, and democracy. Biotechnology. While the United States has been the superior global player in developing and commercializing biotechnology for years, China is determined to become a leading player in biotechnology and is investing greatly in this sector. While the United States is likely to remain ahead in most biotechnology fields, China's biotechnology sector can still be expected to produce great innovations in coming years, and the Chinese market will greatly inform global technology research, development, and commercialization. China is therefore confident to become a big player in policy and administration issues related to biotechnology, even as it works to overcome strategies in research and development and a higher sector and higher risk financing. Various national security issues attached to the expansion of China's biotechnology sector, including military uses of human performance improvement and artificial bioweapons production, the collection and use of biomedical data on American citizens for surveillance or other criminal purposes, and access to and control over biomedical data, which could fuel AI for biomedical applications and design the economic ambitiousness of the US biotechnology sector. Military. China has also greatly expanded its presence in superficial space in both the civil and military areas. China's People's Liberation Army has organized a major organization to better merge space, cyberspace, and electronic warfare systems with its other military capabilities. In light of these developments, the United States will need to develop a strategy that warns China's advancing anti-satellite capabilities. The analysts describe the three main reasons for China's supremacy in technological sector. Number one, improving domestic education. Number two, attracting overseas Chinese talent. And number three, attracting foreign talent. While China's commitment to domestic education reform has achieved great results, science and engineering degrees issued by Chinese universities more than quadrupled from 360,000 in 2000 to 1.7 million in 2015. There remain major challenges associated with informative quality and employment opportunities for many graduates. Attracting and keeping talent from abroad has been particularly challenging. China is the world's biggest source of non-native talent, and countries often compete to attract Chinese talent to their universities and firms. But as China has focused on attracting returnees, there have been growing concerns about the implications for ambitiousness and national security. There are three potential pitfalls for US policymakers responding to China's technology talent initiatives. First, the United States' ability to retain Chinese talent is a challenge to China's technological ambitions, so the United States should avoid restrictions that weaken this advantage. Second, the US should coordinate technology transfer and related policies with its friends and partners, since one-sided US initiatives intended to reduce technology transfer may just divert Chinese talent to other nations. Third, the United States must implement positive domestic education and immigration reform in addition to offensive measures. Restrictive US immigration laws are specifically mentioned by Chinese strategists as opportunities to improve China's AI talent, and significant US immigration reform as a huge challenge for China's talent objectives. Thank you so much for staying in. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay informed about the latest technological revelations. And if you have any thoughts, comments about the subject, or any suggestions for us, do let us know in the comment box.